So, hello and good morning. Welcome back to the next episode. So, as we continue the series of doing each country in Europe by scholarship wise, so previous video was about Italy. Now, this time we are going to talk about fully funded or funding opportunities and scholarship in Germany for bachelors, masters, PhD, postdoctoral, and there are some other like a diploma and also some research position and research internships. So these are several type of opportunities available to the students who are looking for to gaining some experience or either getting a degree fully funded with funding. So without wasting time, let's continue. Before we jump to the conclusion, so let me introduce myself quickly. My name is Imran Shakir and I'm a PhD student in Italy, and I have got fully funded scholarship from the university here. And before that I had my master's fully funded from Indonesia under KNV scholarship. So based on my experience, I collect this data and I have seen myself a lot of students getting these opportunities. So, and still in the future, I plan to do this for myself as well. So let's continue. So if we talk about Germany, so why choosing Germany? Germany, you know that they provide a lot of opportunities for the students, especially when you graduate. So you have around 18 months to 20 months of job seeker visa. So then in that time you can search for a fully funded or for a fully full-time job. And also if you want to apply for further scholarships, you can also do that, so you don't have to exit the country but stay, and 18 months are a lot. So in that time you can get job opportunity. And also Germany is very good in economy, so they have a lot of job opportunities, which is again in turns will change to the blue card, as I explained in the previous video. So blue card is something that will help you get fast PR in the Germany, and also it have a lot of other opportunities. So that is also another advantage studying in Germany, even though if you don't get a scholarship in Germany, just an admission, but still your education is free. So then you can later do Erasmus exchange or other kind of exchange programs as well, which later also fund you or semester even. So let's continue with the scholarship opportunities available in Germany. So if I talk about the funding scholarship, I will divide it into three categories. First, scholarship are available as by the name of scholarship institute like DAT, and it's have several branches for different type of studies and different level of studies. For example, DAT, German Academic Exchange Service, so they provide funding from master's, PhD, some research funded projects, and exchange programs, and also postdoctoral. So this is one of the best scholarship in Germany, which offer you fully funded, which means it will cover your accommodation, food, and even for PhD they provide family allowance, they provide travel allowance per year, they also provide some fundings for your housing allowance, so a lot other opportunities. And if this thing moves to postdoctoral, they provide a lot of other benefits too, because the salary threshold is very high, so you automatically get a contract for a full time for 2-3 years in that institute, and that will automatically make you eligible for the blue card, which again have a lot of other opportunities. So it's gold everywhere. If you even talk about PhD also have a lot of opportunities, and in Germany PhD is considered as a job, not as a PhD student category, so you have a lot of opportunities as well. And apart from that, you can involve in the European projects, and mostly PhD have getting projects from EU and funded by them mostly. So you have a lot of opportunities to work on and to gain experience and to earn in perspective of financials. If you talk about masters, so masters is actually an initial stage of research studies, so you get a lot of benefits in terms of education and support, financial and stuff, but you don't get hands on like properly on projects from EU level because of the expertise. So you still get education, a good degree from known institute, and it is funded, and again you can also do exchange programs as well on the base of this, specifically Erasmus fundings and those. So also that doesn't cover bachelor studies because it has specific threshold on basis of research criteria. So but it have other programs as well, that if you go to the website you will find a lot. There are fundings by the name of DOT, General Scholarship, DOT EPOS, DOT Prime. Prime is mostly for postdoctoral, but DOT EPOS in general, they are relatively same. The difference is that they focus on specific category. For example, DOT General Scholarship is focused on PhD and master as well, but the EPOS and others, they focus on musical studies, arts, and some other criteria of the study. So you can search and you can even do filterization to the left of on the website, and you will see which one are you eligible to. It also apply on even to other countries and exchange program as well. So that is what I'm going to plan for my PhD semester abroad or period abroad in Germany based on that. So that's what I'm applying for myself as well. So this is actually that covering this section. It is the one major type of scholarship available in Germany. If we talk about the second type of funding or scholarship available, so this one covers bachelors as well and mostly diplomas, but let's say from bachelor, master, PhD and postdoctoral, but specifically bachelor, master and PhD, because these are funded by foundations. So there are several foundations, and they're also under the list of that, but they are different because they apply different based on universities or region or some specific programs. So one of them is Heinrich Ball Foundation and Konrad Stiftung, and another one is Friedrich Ebert Foundation and some other foundation as well. So I even saw there are some foundations, they even fund it for Muslim or Arabic countries education, and so these are basically foundation based. So for bachelor, if we talk, you will get the fundings, but the amount is very less. Free education, maybe free accommodation and food, and including 300 plus euros for your pocket. But for PhD or master, the price is a bit more. For master, average is around 950 or something around that euros per month, including accommodation and food or other services. But for the PhD, it's more, it is around 14 to 1500 euros. So there's also apply some tax specifically on the average level. If you go to PhD, if it's considered as a job, so then you will have to pay taxes. But maybe they already did calculation, because this is the final amount mentioned to it. So these foundation actually sponsor your studies and give you stipends per month when you complete your studies. There may be non-profit organization or organization related to education funded from the government, because Germany have very strong education system and they provided a lot of opportunities for the students, free education or fundings. So this is the second type of funding based on foundations in Germany. Now the third category came the scholarship, which might be a bit limited or specific. Like for example, if I talk about masters or bachelor, they are very specific. If university provide their own scholarship to you, so it might be some amount they provide to you, and then you get fundings from there. But it is very less for masters and bachelors. But if we talk about PhD and postdoctoral or other research projects, so actually these are fundings from the research projects or university projects. So the projects involved by some foundation or maybe by industries or companies who have a projects to do. For example, recently I was checking for myself even, so there's a circular economy project in vehicle manufacturing and industrials, so electrical vehicles. So that is a specific project and it is funded by those companies. There are other EU projects from the government or ministries or maybe around Europe where you get involved to achieve the objectives of those projects. So these apply mostly to postdoctoral or PhDs. And again, these are like very good opportunities but very specific, because if some PhDs are available, they might be based on those projects, so you can apply for that. But getting a PhD doesn't mean that you only rely on one funding source. You can apply to those foundation, you can apply to that prime or that EPOS or general scholarship categories or other external fundings as well. There are several website and organization that can sponsor your studies as well, but they are very rare cases because you have to give something in return. So these were actually three types of main fundings in Germany. Now the fundings I mentioned apply to bachelor's, master's, PhD and postdoctoral and research projects. Now let's talk about the research internships and also the diploma category. So luckily for the diploma, Germany have this new category for education system for that. Well, basically it is funded. If we talk about it is called Ausbildung. Ausbildung is something you get admission in diploma, but for that you need B1 level academic German language, academic German language, B1 level, where you must pass this certification test. You can get it online from known institute. It is similar to IELTS, but they have their own organization where you learn German good enough and then you get certification and then you apply to this specific institute. I will put the link in the description with other links as well for the other scholarships, so you might know. So you specifically go apply on those websites, choose institute and choose your diploma type and apply with the requirement of this your language certification. So once you get enrolled, you go there, you do diploma, they will give you free education, plus they will also give you a stipend around 1,000 euros, 900 or 1,100, depends on the institute type. So that is another best opportunities. And luckily, like for example, if you go on self-finance studies, so it doesn't apply to diploma. For that you don't have to show black amount, which is again like 11,000 euros. It's a lot, 11 to 12,000 euros. That's a lot of amount people cannot afford, even though education is free, but you have to show funds to support yourself. So instead of like funding opportunities apply to other categories like bachelor's and master's, PhD. If it's funded, you don't have to show the black amount, but if it's self-studies, even free education, you still have to show. But for this diploma, if you have a certification of B1 level, it doesn't apply to you, and you go without showing your own funds. 12,000 euros, that is a huge amount, so you will get saved from that. Now if I talk about research internships, they usually come across yearly in mid-June, July, but the application can open flexible in the beginning of the year or maybe end of the year. These are research internship from many organizations like BMW or related organization, or they have some programs divided into other countries. Now I cannot name them specifically, but if you search for Zurich, there is also like in Switzerland, they have a lot of research internship in CERN laboratories, similar like that. So in Germany as well, they have a lot of research internship, mostly in the franchises of their own industries, the big one, BMW, Mercedes or related one, or some Microsoft or Apple related as well. So research internship is something already funded by those. You get stipend for 6-7 months and you gain experience from well-known organization and industries. So these are the funding sources available in Germany. And apart from that, if I talk about other funding source which is applied externally, which mean like you don't only study in Germany but other countries as well, so they are Erasmus Mundus, so they do apply to PhD as well and masters as well. So you get education but in different countries or different universities in Schengen area, which include Germany as well, as Germany is one of the well-known place for free education and quality education. And apart from that, you get a lot of other benefits like health insurances, job opportunities, and part-time you can also do a job which will help you sustain your living for the duration of your study. And even people do earn and saving as well. But let's focus on the studies and funding. So those are actually 3-4 types of categories I explain applied to your education and free education. Now, how do you apply for those? Now, if we talk about how to apply for those, so for PhDs, for the PhDs and the postdoctoral, it is not like simple, but the process of application is straightforward. So first you contact a supervisor which approve you in in his lab, and then he will provide you with some documentation and maybe also give you a recommendation, and maybe he also can refer to that. So then you submit the application on dot portal as well. And if the university have its own portal for their application, you can also do that. So you will get selected into universities, you will have the documents from the supervisor there, and then that applies same to the portal of dot, so where you submit your application and it will process, but it does take a bit of time, 7 to 8 months, sometime more, but you will get fundings. And if the studies or projects are about to start faster, so you might get funding faster because there's a support document from the supervisor of a German university. So similar for postdoctoral, it applied the same, you apply through the same channel, it is straightforward. And there are some documents where you have to fulfill it yourself and send it physically. So 2 of them are reference letter which need to be filled by a supervisor or your professor from your home institute where you did complete your last education. Then they will fill it, and as confidentially they will send that letter straight to the host institution or on the address of that, so where they will process your application and provide you with the funding. So don't worry if your studies started already and they will provide you with the missing funding, or a month late they will provide you with the right amount you deserve. So that's how that work for master, PhD and postdoctoral. But for foundations, once you get admission, you request them, or you can, the university international office or department, they will connect you to those foundation or available scholarship and will tell you the procedure of application. So it is simple as well. You apply to that portal on those foundations, they process your application and admission, and if you're eligible they will automatically grant you the scholarship and pay you monthly, something like that. And about the Ausbildung, I say you must have B1 level German language. Once you have that successfully, you will get admission and will start having funds once you arrive in Germany. So that is funded. So typical deadline applies different because PhD position are flexible. They can be based on projects, even though postdoctoral. So for postdoctoral or professorship opportunities, if you have enough experience, you can simply apply on the university career portal, which is also a part of a section in their website named by job opportunities or career. So you go there and you will find opportunities even for PhD, postdoctoral or job opportunities. And apart from that, you apply directly by contacting with supervisor. So July, June, August and May, these are the dates for that. And if I talk about foundation, they are flexible. Once you get admission, mostly admissions start in 2 sessions in for summer and for winter. So for summer now it started already from September, October, November, December until January for the May April session, and in those times you get it for until August for the winter session. So these are what will help you. So these are very good fundings, and you can have a very good education with fundings and a good finances. So that's it. But for those, you must have some experience. That is one of the best scholarship, and it is very competitive. Majority of the students have experience in internships or part-time working or industrial work. So you must have some experience from there, 1 to 2 years professional experience to be eligible for that. So that is one of the requirements. So that's it, straight to the point. I mentioned the important things. If I miss something which you still need to understand and it is not clear for you, you can drop a comment or follow me on the Instagram, drop a message over there. So I will still continue to do this country by country, digging up opportunities for each country in Europe. So thank you guys for watching the video, and do support my work by subscribing to the channel and do like. So thank you guys for watching the video. See you in the next opportunity, next vlog. Bye bye.